November 25, 1913. The greatest enemy of a silent contemplation turned towards thee is surely this constant subconscious registering of the multitude of phenomena with which we come into contact. So long as we are mentally active, our conscious thought veils for us this overactivity of our subconscious receptivity. An entire part of our sensibility, and perhaps not the smallest, acts like a cine camera without our knowledge and indeed to our detriment. It is only when we silence our active thought, which is relatively easy, that we see this multitude of little subconscious notations surging up from every side and often drowning us under their overwhelming flood. So it happens that as soon as we attempt to enter the silence of deep contemplation, we are assailed by countless thoughts, if thoughts they could be called, which do not interest us in the least, do not represent for us any active desire, any conscious attachment, but only prove to us our inability to control what may be described as the mechanical receptivity of our subconscient. A considerable labor is needed to silence all these useless noises, to stop this wearisome train of images, and to purify one's mind of these thousand little nothings, so obstructing and worthless. And it is so much time uselessly lost. It is a terrible wastage. And the remedy? In an oversimple way, certain ascetic disciplines recommend solitude and inaction, sheltering one's subconscious from all possible registration. That seems to me a childish remedy, for it leaves the ascetic at the mercy of the first surprise attack. And if one day, confident of being perfectly master of himself, he wants to come back among his fellow men in order to help them, his subconscious, so long deprived of its activity of reception, will surely indulge it more intensively than ever before, as soon as the least opportunity offers. There is certainly another remedy. What is it? Undoubtedly, one must learn to control one's subconscious just as one controls one's conscious thought. There must be many ways of achieving this. Regular introspection in the Buddhist manner and a methodical analysis of one's dreams, formed almost always from this subconscious registration, are part of the method to be found. But there is surely something more rapidly effective. O Lord, Eternal Master, Thou shalt be the teacher, the inspirer. Thou wilt teach me what should be done, so that after an indispensable application of it to myself, I may make others also benefit from what Thou hast taught me. With a loving and trustful devotion, I bow to Thee. November 28, 1913. In this calm concentration which comes before daybreak, more than at any other moment, my thought rises to Thee, O Lord of our being, in an ardent prayer. Grant that this day which is about to dawn may bring to the earth and to men a little more of pure light and true peace. May Thy manifestation be more complete and Thy sweet law more widely recognized. May something higher, nobler, more true be revealed to mankind. May a vaster and deeper love spread abroad so that all painful wounds may be healed. And may this first sunbeam dawning upon the earth be the herald of joy and harmony, a symbol of the glorious splendor hidden in the essence of life. O Divine Master, grant that today may bring to us a completer consecration to Thy will, a more integral gift of ourselves to Thy work, a more total forgetfulness of self, a greater illumination, a purer love. Grant that in a communion growing ever deeper, more constant and entire, we may be united always more and more closely to Thee and become Thy servitors worthy of Thee. Remove from us all egoism, root out all petty vanity, greed, and obscurity. May we be all ablaze with Thy divine love. Make us Thy torches in the world. A silent hymn of praise rises from my heart like the white smoke of incense of the perfumes of the East. And in the serenity of a perfect surrender, I bow to Thee in the light of the rising day. November 29, 1913. Why all this noise, all this movement, this vain and futile agitation? Why this whirlwind carrying men away like a swarm of flies caught in a storm? How sad is the sight of all that wasted energy, all those useless efforts. When will they stop dancing like puppets on a string, pulled they know not by whom or what? When will they find time to sit quietly and go within, to recollect themselves and open that inner door which screens from them Thy priceless treasures, Thy infinite boons? How sorrowful and miserable seems to me their life of ignorance and obscurity, their life of mad agitation and unprofitable dispersion, when one single spark of thy sublime light, one single drop of thy divine love can transform this suffering into an ocean of delight. O Lord, my prayer soars towards Thee. May they know at last Thy peace and that calm and irresistible strength which comes of an immutable serenity. The privilege of those whose eyes have been opened and who are able to contemplate Thee in the flaming core of their being. But the hour of Thy manifestation is come, and soon hymns of gladness will burst forth on every side. Before the solemnity of this hour, I bow down in devotion. December 13, 1913. Give me Thy light, O Lord. Grant that I do not fall into any error. Grant that the infinite reverence, the utter devotion, that intense and profound love I bring to Thee may be radiant, convincing, contagious, and be awakened in every heart. O Lord, Eternal Master, Thou art my light and my peace. Guide my steps, open my eyes, illumine my heart, and lead me on the paths that go straight to Thee. O Lord, Lord, grant that I may have no other will than Thine, and that all my acts may be an expression of Thy divine law. A great light floods my whole being, and I am no longer conscious of anything but Thee. Peace, peace, peace upon all the earth. December 16, 1913. Pure and disinterested love, Thy love, in what we are able to perceive and manifest of it, is the sole key that can open all hearts that seek for Thee. Those who follow the path of the intellect may have a very high and true conception. They may have all the information about the true life, the life one with Thee, but they do not know it. They have no inner experience of that life and are ignorant of all contact with Thee. These men, whose knowledge is intellectual and whose action is confined to a construction which they believe to be the best, are the most difficult of all to convert. it is harder to awaken the consciousness of the divine in them than in any other person of goodwill. Love alone can work this miracle, for love opens all doors, penetrates every wall, clears every obstacle, and a little true love does more than the most beautiful speeches. Lord, let this pure flower of love blossom in me, that it may give its fragrance to all those who come near us, and that this fragrance may sanctify them. In this love lie peace and joy, the fount of all strength and all realization. It is the infallible healer, the supreme consoler. It is the victor, the sovereign teacher. O Lord, my sweet Master, Thou whom I adore in silence, and to whom I have entirely consecrated myself, Thou who governest my life, kindle in my heart the flame of Thy pure love, that it may burn like a glowing brazier, consuming all imperfections and transforming into a comforting warmth and radiating light the dead wood of egoism and the black coals of ignorance. O Lord, I turn towards Thee with a devotion at once joyful and solemn, and I implore Thee, let Thy love manifest, Thy reign come. May Thy peace govern the world.